fraction. Okay. Celestial catharsis. The drunken clouds pull down their cotton pants, and the sky takes a wicked leak. I just spilled all my drink in there. Yuck. My wish for you. May all your days be Sunday, while all your months be June. Every morning sunny, and every evening cool and starry. But most important, may the seams of your jeans hold out for another year. The drunk slops by again. I live in a Loch Ness monster, and in the corner of my room is a peasant's chair. If you look through the window, you can see the shadow of God. And if you close your eyes, I'll disappear. Michael, that was your
Hugging covers. The simple encounter at night. A veneer peeling away, mahogany, expecting nothing. Gray now, closing shutters, turn down covers, haze over gay-head clay and icy ocean waters. A window rattles. So somber, move over, the covers, the men's feet are bleeding, sir. Great rags that cover most anything. God, your feet are like ice. The light is like ice. Starlight, star bright, our attention is riveted to a small point. Straight ahead, the surf walks ashore, hand in hand. Clambake. Street light, a keen blade between shutter slats. Can't you see I'm bleeding? Why didn't you call to see if I was all right? I think I'm twisted, but if you let me alone, I'll be the last bite. Coral fragments, broken scallop shells, the evening filling with horsepower. Swelling, the capsizing vessel of your presence, far offshore like the swooping gulls. Begging crust from drowned sailors. When the gray gets darker and something else. A deck crowded with unfamiliar faces, unintelligible language. Your eyes close on a rising sea casting milkweed. The harsh sun. Did you ever walk into your apartment expecting for no good reason to get your head blown off? Humid. I swear it was a swamp in there. The broad leaves sweating, houseplants rustling like a mob in an ugly temper. For no good reason. I stood in the doorway looking down the hall to the fire escape, umbrella dripping. It was my understanding of the Tao. If you want to fight the unknown, whoosh, the fan blades cut and spun, the green tips of the Dracena flipping. The black phone rang 3 times. It was Carol. The rain stopped. It started again, bursting. Do you have a quarter? Anyone have a quarter for change?
Get it done.
No. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. The case of the dimpled divorcee. Shots rang out. Cooled down. His mind slapped the thoughts in his sleep-filled head and more shots rang out. The rings of ricochets on a church bell. Floodhouse looked up. He'd been asleep 48 hours. It was his first sleep in 2 months, and the methadone still sparked in his veins, arteries, and in the back of his skull, brain pieces exchanged occupancy. Shit! He never cursed, hissed, shit, shit. Nightmare and gunshot had awakened him simultaneously. Let's see. By the sound of 44 Magnum, Clint Eastwood special. Enough to make daylight out of the most persistent human. Good silencer. Vibration should have warped the barrel by now. Gun holds 6 shots. Knowingly, he raised his face to the window. 3 bullets cut a laser-straight furrow, removing 4 months' growth of downy hair from the top of his head. Blood, bullets, baldness, and bells. He didn't know what to ignore, and offhandedly noticed his cufflinks reflecting morning sunshine. Shit, what day is this? I hope the orthopedist will reschedule my appointment. He rubbed the place where most of us have calves. No, not a dairy pasture, his leg. The gastrocnemius. That's right, muscle. The backfire from a retreating Cuban missionary's bazooka had scorched it away. He noticed the sun strobing off his cufflinks. He couldn't look away. An explosion filled his forehead and began canceling feeling down the vertebra in his neck. Silence reached his Adam's apple, and he automatically brought a measuring cup to his mouth, sliding 8 fluid ounces of bile and lung mucus into it. The marker on the cup said 1. 1/4 inch more, and he'd be stiff Seamus. In the cup, worms of blood moved, quivered, and stopped as if held. Shit, thought I'd gotten over that old TV. Next. Anyone want a mic?
All right, I'm going to take my poem out. You can have a chair. Black letters. Psycho comes after you with a hatchet. He corners you on the 2nd floor. There's a struggle. You fall silently over the banister, your lips quivering, a mystery. What do you want to say? You have disappeared like a vision. My face comes closer, almost to the pavement, where you are a splash of liquefied red, and I am not prepared to drink such vividness. Each telephone call I make to you is intercepted by the blind echo. It whittles away at the statuette of your physical slalom. Such real-life view putting us together like powerful planets. Your hand glued on my cheek, a risky circumstantial evidence. Anyone, don't interrupt us. Your hand in my vest pocket. I have been writing secret love letters that fall in the hands of secret agents who call me in my nightmares. My intimate conversations recorded in their silver reels. But who are you? A private investigator who keeps turning up those incriminating evidences of beauty, love, and death, simple intrigues that corrupt the soul. When I pass you in front of strangers, I do not betray my feelings, for I am afraid for you. My infrared vision bringing into focus your limp limbs in an ocean of satin sheets. The criminal forcing you to drink the liquor you never touch. My love, indulge yourself to the utmost and fortify yourself with a guise of vulnerability. Come closer, drop everything, and breathe for your romance. I will give you the signal, a finger on my lips to be quiet, my hand on a gun aimed at the shadowy pursuer, that figure becoming well-defined in your eyes. It is not anyone I know. He looks familiar and damp, the rain on his wide-brimmed hat like a weak smile. I pull the trigger. The man collapses and fades, and you come toward him, tears streaming down your cheeks. I have committed such crimes for the love of you. In a prison of green leaves, I turn around to the pool of blood, which is hot on my pale face. For some time now, I have this feeling that someone is watching me with her entire body. I quietly disappear between the trees, and if you follow me to the open, birds are chirping in a clearing, and the brooks bubbling repeat your name over and over, forcefully. No visible sign of violence anywhere. Lunar light, blue moon, yellow moon, you will now glaze a while in enameled sky, occasionally sparkling in the infinite variations of colors now sweep the mind, where you navigate alone to the cropped-up moon, your purple rowing. Now a ray comes to your vehicle of the night and consolidates your blue and yellow oars. The creaking of the hulk, eternally lost, the enormous moon at the helm of your constellation, to the shore of colorless shuttling. So sweetly, the entire range of horrible astronomy divulged as billowing stars or the lunar storms, the sun's red glow hovering through the shuttling of those stars. Now, in your throat is the milky throbbing of the voice. On the dragon's illuminated jaw, a glittering sound, where you shiver previously like a surge, and you are. Next. Next.
Again, October, and I'm properly headed. Too emotional. Colors hurt my et al. And I'm properly headed. There's something about people that turns me to myself, and I'm properly headed. Make love a lot, think, and fall within too quick. I break myself because the world's a mess. I want a kid, but no commitments. Who says you need commitments? Hell, I'm overprotective. Hate involvement. Now, I don't want a kid, and I'm still properly headed. I walk down George. He turns and says hi, and I say, eat it! And then I'm too heavy. I want an affair, but hate to lose. When hot, be out. When not, be. I have no home tonight. Take me, don't take me. And I'm properly headed. Being lost, more aware, ecstatic. Again, depressed. Tend to drink white wine, light beer. Stay in one room, have one mystical experience, then another. Changed. I know the other side is better. Again, depressed, tend to drink. Repeated that already. I carry everything that's normality. I dress in coordinates. I pull out a book on English antonyms. Look up white. In my mind, a photo of Richard Nixon Black. Goodbye to history. I can make it in bed. Call this Columbus Day. I run down Broadway screaming, goodbye, goodbye. Going to New York City, and I'm properly headed. Like to smoke. Goodbye, drugs, garbage food. Hello, skin. Hello, breasts. Hello, man who looks like her. That woman gets more of a chance. And I face it. Every October, November, December. The multifunctional poem. I want you to have this poem. You, and you, and you. And you who never saw one, heard one. Let me make you a poem. Here it is. It certainly does look like one. You can granulate it, inhale it, breathe it, into your lungs, the lungs, your brain cells. Those of you workers in big factories out there, you'll be glad to know this poem does not contain asbestos. While large amounts of asbestos particles line the lungs of all of us, a sampling of our bell-shaped population surprisingly shows that poetry is in the lungs of all of us. Read the poetry in the lung investigation. Those of us in the city have 100% of poetry in our lungs. Only 5% of us work in the poetry plants, and rarer still, only 2% had contact with plant publishers. So, to those of you who have poetry in them and don't know it, here it is, a poem for you. You can enter it or leave it. Treat it positive or negative, depending on whether you're an alligator or a woodpecker. I'm an alligator type. So this is a poem. Do you doubt me? Perhaps the best way to distinguish this poem from no poem is to obtain more experimental data. A rational scientific guideline about the point one scores for various qualities of words, form, and thought. Oh, so you're the athletic type and like vigorous activity. Pretend this poem is a ball. Crumble it. Now, break to your local court. When you want to write, simply go to it. Read anywhere, but remember, fill a page with an alphabet and try to make some sense.